Stir fry is one of the favourite dishes to take from a Chinese carry-out. Very often quick Friday night tea. They're quite expensive for a family, so we'd like to show you how to make your own quick stir-fried vegetable dish. You can add meat or fish or tofu to this if you wish. I'll just show you how quick it is. It's all in the preparation. It's the most important bit, and you can get everything ready early in the day so that it can just be fried off very, very quickly when it's needed. We're going to start by making up this sauce, which is a mixture of a light soy sauce, and we're going to use 1 tablespoonful of the soy sauce, and we're going to add to that a tablespoonful of vinegar. It says rice vinegar in many of the recipes, but it doesn't really matter. Any kind of vinegar will do. It's just to give the acidity to it. And then the final liquid, if you take the top off it works better, the final liquid is a teaspoonful of sesame oil, which gives that lovely nutty flavour to it. Also in this liquid we can add some chilli flakes. It's about half a teaspoonful of chilli flakes. And I'm going to actually do that with my hand. So half a teaspoonful is roughly just what will sit in the palm of my hand. Okay, we put that in. Mix that round and leave it sitting. Next we're going to prepare our vegetables. I'm going to be using some broccoli, just a handful of broccoli florets, broken down into small pieces because they have to cook very quickly. So we'll just hold these with a claw and cut them into small pieces. Okay, and then we'll put them in the bowl. The other thing I have is a carrot, and we're going to cut that into small sticks. To do that, I have washed the carrot. I'm going to cut a thin slice off one side, which makes it a lot more stable to use. Top and tail it. Okay. And then we're going to cut a nice thin slice. And again. When it gets smaller, use a bridge and just cut down the middle, like that. Okay, and then in the last bit, we'll just put it down on the wide flat side, and we can cut nice thin strips. Again, these have to cook very quickly, and we want the strips to be about the length of an adult's thumb. We put those in there. I'll cut the rest of those in a moment. We're going to use spring onion. Use the whole of a spring onion and just take the outside leaves off if they're dirty. Give them a good wash. Take any discoloured leaves up, bits off the top. See this bit here, and then making a bridge, we're going to cut right down the middle of the spring onion like that, and then we're going to cut nice bits at an angle so we keep fairly sizable chunks because this will cook very quickly. So see that again? make a bridge and gradually work your fingers down the onion. Alright, like that. And then cut it into julienne, it's called. There we are. Chinese normally cut things on an angle. They don't like the straight lines, and it looks much prettier that way. Another thing I have is a mushroom. We talked about this the other day, I think. So these have just been wiped with a paper towel, and then we're going to cut them into slices like that, and then down the middle. Okay, well, we've got 4 or 6 of these going in. You can vary the vegetables depending on what you have in the fridge. Another thing we have here is I had in my fridge was some mange tout, which we're just going to cut, holding it down with a claw. Just going to cut them into 3 pieces each. And the same with some French beans, which I had a few of in the fridge. Again, we're going to cut those similar to the spring onions. They'll take a little longer to cook, so just slightly bigger. I had a couple of baby corn left from something else I was cooking, so we're going to cut those just into little rounds, and they're very tasty and authentic for the dish. And finally, some green pepper. We need only about 1/3 of it, 1/2 to 1/3, because this is quite a big one. Now, we're going to hold this tight like that and take some slices, just like that. It's easier to cut through the soft side through to the skin. Okay. And once you've done that, you can cut it into slightly smaller pieces. That's all your vegetables prepared. The only thing still to do is the garlic and the ginger. Now we're going to peel the ginger first. The easiest way to do it is with a teaspoon, and you just peel back, just run it across. And it comes off. And then we're going to grate the ginger. I've got a handheld grater here today, but you can use your box grater that we used another day. And we just want to grate it down. Box grater actually would probably be easier. A nice fresh bit of ginger gives a lot of moisture and flavour. There we are. Make sure that you clean the back of the grater. And we're also going to prepare some garlic. Now you can take the skin off by gently chopping off the top and the bottom, holding the garlic to make sure it doesn't move. Show that again, so hold it tight, top and bottom. There we are. And again we're going to grate the garlic. Oops. The reason we grate it is that you don't want to get a great big lump of garlic in your stir fry. It would be quite unpleasant. Your stir fried vegetables can be served with rice, or the way we're going to do it is we're going to actually have noodles through the stir fry. So they have to be softened before they go into the frying pan or the wok. So I'm just going to put these onto the cooker with some boiling water for about 3 minutes until they're soft, and then we'll drain most of the liquid off. We'll keep a little bit back, just as if you were making pasta. The noodles have now been boiling for 2 minutes and are ready, and we're going to strain them. You have to do this through a sieve and collect the water in a jug or a pan underneath. Now do this very carefully, preferably ask an adult to do it for you. Okay? And then we're just going to set the noodles to one side until we're ready to use them. You can check that the oil's hot enough by dropping a piece of bread in, and if it sizzles and cooks in 30 seconds so that it's nice and crispy, then you know your oil is fine. This is looking fine. And so we're going to add the ginger and the garlic and just cook for 30 seconds. So we'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 30. You get the smell of the garlic rising. And now we are going to add in the remaining vegetables. This will be the pan is quite full, but you need the heat, and we're going to let this stir fry. It says 30 seconds, but I think it actually needs a little longer than that. Depends very much on the size of the chunks of your vegetables. If it begins to stick to the bottom of the pan, you can see that beginning to stick there. The best thing to do is to add in a little of the water. As you can see, the colours are quite vibrant. You could make it even brighter with some nice red pepper, just whatever your favourite vegetable is. And this would give you a rainbow of colours, which as part of your 5 a day is giving you the best mixture of vitamins and minerals you can from the different colours of vegetables. Always try and use what's in season as well, which is also the cheapest way of doing it. Now that's had its 2 to 3 minutes and it's cooking away nicely, and we're going to add in the noodles. And just toss them round. In the pan. till everything's piping hot. The last thing that we can add into this would be the cashew nuts, which will just give a nice crunch and a nice nutty flavour, and also protein. So there we have it, one lovely stir fry.